Hi and welcome to the tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to show you how to do a transparent JavaScript pop-up. First thing you're going to need is the software. So if you go to 123javascriptpopup.com, on any of the pages you'll find a download link, and you can just download the software from that site and you can save it on your disk, and then we'll be ready to tell you how to do it. And it's very easy. It takes less than 10 minutes even for this quite complex type of pop-up. So just download the software, set it up on your PC, and you're ready to go. Okay, we've loaded it. We've downloaded ADP and we've installed it on the hard disk, and now we've opened it. So the first thing you can see here is the tips, which you can check them out, just go through them or close them, and basically it's loaded up for the first time a normal template. There are loads of templates you can open here, and you can see all different types of templates with background images, embedded SWF files or video files, tooltips. But basically for this one, for the motorbike tutorial, we just need the ADP default. So you open that, and we already have, that was already there anyway, but just to show you what it's like. So in this window here is what you will see in the browser normally. So this is your working window to show you the effects that you're going to get from ADP as you build up the pop-up. And like we said, we want to try and do an effect where we get a motorbike to come on screen and go off again afterwards. So we don't need a classic type of pop-up like this one, and this HTML editor code we can get rid of. But a few words on this first. Basically whatever you write in here in really basic HTML is going to be inside the pop-up. So for example, you can see browse templates from the left button, from the top left button. That's from there. I mean, if you change that, immediately you will see a difference. For example, change and then refresh. You see, very easy to make a pop-up. But as I said, we're going to try and do the motorbike one now. So first thing we need to do is get rid of this, and we can actually get rid of all this code here because we don't need that. So we delete that, and I'm going to copy in a piece of code I already had ready. I'll explain what it is. So what I've done here is I've put in a div and a style with a background, and the background basically is going to show us where the motorbike's located, and it will be located in the same directory as the program file. So I've just put in here motorbike1.gif. I mean, it could be, if it's in another directory, then obviously you need to put, for example, images stroke, and then but for this particular, we're just going to use this, and we need no repeat because it's as a background. The default would be repeat, so you'd see loads of motorbikes all across the screen. So we need no repeat for this, and then that's closed with a semicolon. And we know the image has a width of 250 pixels, so we've put that in, and it has a height of 180 pixels, so we put that in also. So now what we need to do is actually to save this so that it can find the file, because it won't find the file now, as you see. And so what we do is we save as, and I'm going to save it to the hard disk on D in this one, and in this directory, ADP bike pop, and I'm going to call it bike. I mean, I've already done this once, so I'm just making sure that it's all ready. So we've saved it. Now if we do a refresh, there's the bike, so you can see how it works. But we're still not going to get the effect, because what we want is a transparency behind this. So all this stuff's got to go. And basically what all this here is so that you can adjust the box when it's on the screen, or the user of who's visiting your web page can adjust the box. Very useful for some types of pop-up, but for this particular pop-up, not very useful. So we can get rid of that, and that's here in can resize. So when you turn that off, that pop-up is no longer resizable, and it's contained to a certain width, a certain height. As we said before, here's the width and height of the image, but the actual width and height of the pop-up box itself is here. So we can change that to 250, 250, and we can put a height of 180, 180. Looks like it's a little bit low, but that's because we have a title here, and if we get rid of the title, then you'll see that that will come up a bit. So the first thing we can do is get rid of the title, so that's gone. And at the moment you can move the pop-up box around, which is a normal function of this application. So to stop that, we can just click on here, can move. So when you click that, now that's no longer movable. Also, you don't really want anybody to close down the pop-up. So we can close that. So now you can't even close the pop-up. And we don't need a border, so we can close the border. We definitely don't need a shadow, so we can close the shadow. And padding is not useful, so we get rid of the padding. And now all we need to do is just make the background transparent, which is here, background. At the moment it's this color. I mean, if you wanted to put a color, you can put any color you wanted. But what we want is transparent, so that's transparent. And if we refresh, that's giving the whole thing a transparent background. Now we have a transparent GIF in a pop-up. Now, how do we do the dynamic movement of this? It's very, very easy. What we need to do is do a method, an open after method. So let's say open after 1 second, and an entry effect. And let's say we'll slide it from the right. So sliding from the left, sorry. So we click sliding from the left. Now that should slide us in. Okay. But what we want to do is to slide it all the way over here. So the location we will put in the top right. And now that will slide all the way over to the right hand side of the page, regardless of what size the web page is, or the browser size, window size. Also, I wanted to show you exactly how we can get it to move out as well. So what we need there is an exit effect. So we could say close after, for example, let's say 2 seconds. So put 2 in there, and a slide out to the right. So now if we refresh, well, it refreshed itself actually, and there it goes. If you want to see it again, you just refresh. It's in, it stops for 2 seconds, and slides out. There's a few more things on here. Per session, that's, you know, how many times you can see it per session. So, you know, if someone sees the pop-up once and they refresh the screen, they won't see it again. And there's on exit, but that's for exit pop-ups, and we will talk about that a little bit later, or in another tutorial probably. But basically now we're ready to publish this onto the website. So we need to save it first. So we save it. Automatically saves in the directory we chose before. If we look again, it's still there. There it is, bike DPU. And then we can compile it. So we push this button here, which is the compile button. And it will give you a few options here. For example, this here, place this script call in the body of the document just after the body tag. Basically, this is the script that you will copy with you can put it on the clipboard, copy to clipboard, and you will put it into the actual HTML file that shows the web page where you want the pop-up to pop up on. So if it's on your index page, you just put this lump of code, copy it, and put it just after the body tag. This where, you know, it's the inverted tags with the inverts around it. And the second thing you'll need to do is to take these files, which will be in the same directory as we saved the project in, and copy